What's up, PSGINT family? It's your boy PSGINT here, and today we will be discussing the new 4-3-3 formation just utilized by manager Christophe Galtier'S for Paris Saint-Germain this recent game against Marseille. And Paris Saint-Germain won 1-0, but I'm trying to go a bit deeper into this formation and what we will see from it in the past coming games, because this is what Christophe Galtier'S had to say. The 4-3-3, it was a tough thought that I had for a while. It was not related to absentees coming to Ramos, Nuno Mendes and Kimpembe. It was a real reflection in particular to densify the midfield. And the second thing he said is the change of the system from 3-4-3 to 4-3-3 was not linked due to absentees of players. The last few matches from us were sluggish. We had started the competition very well, but the opponents had analyzed us very well. And that is one thing that we picked up usually here on a PSGINT YouTube channel, that teams were playing in a way that made it very hard for us to play against them. They were mirroring our style. They were playing that 5 at the back, and it was really hard to break them down and create chances against them. We firstly saw that by Monaco, and then so many teams after that followed them in suit and playing also a 5 at the back. That includes Toulouse, Nantes, Nice, and so on and so on and so on. But he's talking about that this is a formation that we will try to continue using, and he has specified many times that this is not due to absentees. And why he's saying that is because us changing to a 4-3-3 is for us to win games. It's not that we are in a negative situation, it is we can go to a positive situation. If we talk about the goalkeeper, of course Donnarumma won't be that much bothered by the formation change. The two centre-backs, Presnel, Kimpembe and Marquinhos, are at least two starting centre-backs, which would be the preferred duo in this 4-3-3 formation. I think Marquinhos maybe would be better in this because he's more comfortable playing a two at the back. That's why he has been playing since 2019. That's what he's playing for the Brazilian national team. Kimpembe on the other side, when we switched to a 3 at the back formation, we were happy for Kimpembe because we know that he's much better in a 3 at the back than a 2 at the back. But now he will just have to take that challenge and have to accept it, and yeah, try his best to become as good as possible in this situation. We already saw a remarkable performance from Marquinhos if we look ever since that Real Madrid game, but I don't think that has that much to do with the formation switch, even though a lot of people agree that Marquinhos is better in a two-man centre-back partnership. Coming on to the wing-backs, Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, what can we expect from them in this 4-3-3 formation? So they're not wing-backs anymore, they are full-backs, which means they have different roles. As you can see from the Marseille Paris Saint-Germain game, Hakimi pushing up a lot, that's his heat map on the right side, and Juan Bernat on the left side, you can see very deep down. And that's what most 4-3-3 formations do. They have one offensive one back and one defensive. We could see that with Real Madrid's three-peat squad, Carvajal being the more defensive one and Marcelo being the more offensive one. When Nuno Mendes comes back, of course he's going also to add the attacking threat, but one of him or Hakimi needs to stay back during counterattacks, because this is what can happen. If Hakimi and Bernat pushes up in a 4-3-3, we have only two center-backs as a shield, and that was why it wasn't that big of a problem with 3-4-3, because when Hakimi and the left back pushed up, we had three center-backs there as a shield for the goalkeeper, meaning that they can't push up together if they can't run back in time, meaning that we will see less of them both in attacking the same time, but we can maybe see them going 1-1. But I really think that Nuno Mendes will be the more defensive fullback, because he has more defensive qualities, whilst Hakimi is not as good defensively as Nuno Mendes. But as I said, I believe that both of them will give us that attacking depth, attacking width, and yeah, pretty much it for the wingbacks. Coming to the midfield, we have Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, Marco Verratti. First start all together, and it looked beautiful. It looked absolutely beautiful. These three midfielders can do so much for this Paris Saint-Germain team, and this is what we have lacked, because a lot of teams in Liga that came up against us, they played a 5-3-2 or 5-4-1, putting a lot of midfielders in the middle, making it hard for us to control that midfield. We saw Juventus do that, taking out Lionel Messi from that game, but now Paris Saint-Germain, we are solidified in that midfield spot. As we can see, Vitinha, Verratti, Fabian stats from Marseille duels won, they got it. Clearances, they all got it. Interceptions, they all got it. Tackles, they all got it. Key passes, they all got it. And long balls, they all got it. And that's what I like about this midfield. It's so complete. It's so dynamic. Everyone can do everything. No one here is a specialist. Apart from Verratti, he's a specialist at everything. But if you look at that Manchester City midfield, for example, you have De Bruyne, the offensive one. Mostly can do only offensive stuff. You have Rodri, the progressor. And then sometimes you have Bernardo or Gundogan or something in that box-to-box role. But in Paris Saint-Germain's midfield, it really doesn't look like that. Everyone here seems to be doing everything. Everyone seems to be the offensive, the defensive, the ball progressor, the box-to-box, everything. The ball. So the thing here with this midfield is, yeah, we really can do everything. So it can be flexible to any team it comes up against. If we need to be more defensive, they can defend, they can press, they can win the ball. Or if we need to go offensive, we can do that. They got key passes, they got long balls, they can, Fabian as well can take shots. Let's see from Vitinha what he can do. But this midfield is just perfect. And as we can see here from the Marseille game, these are the touches. Verratti 87, Fabian 86, Vitinha 77. Just controlling that midfield and making us strong in every key area. We can see that Vitinha likes to push a lot to the left side, helping out Juan Bernat, whilst Fabian likes to go to the right side, helping out Achraf Hakimi. And now both Hakimi and Bernat have more 1v1s. It's easier to pass through the press when you have a teammate that can do a 1-2-1-2 with you. That was a problem I would say Hakimi did used to have, because for example last season we had no midfielder that was good enough, and when we played the 3-4-3, our two midfielders, it was hard for them, one be on the other side and one be on the other side, because that means the midfield will be open. But now Marco Verratti is that central midfielder. He controls the middle, but with who? As you can see, I put a question mark. You got 5 seconds to guess who that player is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Neymar Jr. Neymar Jr. in this formation is the most important player. Everybody can talk about his diving and this, but his football qualities are out of this world, and probably the second or third most talented player this generation. And that's just how good he is, that he can play different multiple positions and just boss it, because these are his stats from the Marseille game. As you can see on that heat map, centrally he's everywhere. 90 touches, the most out of any Paris Saint-Germain and Marseille player in that game. 2 out of 5 dribbles, 9 out of 18 duels won, 3 key passes, 3 out of 3 long balls, fouled 6 times, 10 progressive passes, and 10 progressive carries. This Neymar is just insane. For me, as long as he stops holding and losing the ball in key defensive areas, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And maybe finish his chances better when he comes inside the box. But apart from that, when we look at the role he has, it's absurd. It's absurd for this Marseille game he had. And it would be crazy to see more of Neymar in this formation. Of course, he will be missing a Ajaccio game, so we will have to wait until the Maccabi game to see Neymar in this role. But he's playing as a cam that drops deep, progresses the ball, works it out through wings, and then can possibly score goals as well. So he's taking more of the Lionel Messi role than Messi had previously in that 3-4-3 formation. And what that means is, if Neymar centrally, that means there are a lot of space on his preferred left, which goes to Kylian Mbappe, and that's what he has always been asked about. He doesn't want to be the number 9. He doesn't want to be the focal point, the striker of this formation, because he sees that's not his biggest strength, which I totally agree with. And now he's playing on the left. He's playing as a left forward, and as we can see here from the heat map, he was only on the left creating chances. And just look at those stats. 7 shots, 6 key passes, 4 big chances created at 0.5 xg and 1.1 xg. This is the Kylian Mbappe from last season that did everything when it comes to goal scoring and creation. Kylian Mbappe got his first assist of the season against Marseille, showing that Mbappe on that left is a much better than Mbappe up top. So previously we had Messi and Neymar in their preferred roles and not Mbappe, but now we pretty much have everyone in their preferred position in this 4-3-3 formation. And let's talk lastly about Leo Andres Messi and his switch up. Of course, it would be very hard to talk a little bit about Messi because he missed 2 games before this game, but from these stats I took the Brest game and Marseille game to compare them. We can see that Messi is moving more from a creator into more of a goal scorer from these stats. We can see his XG has gone up, but his XA has gone down. His key passes has gone down, but his shots have gone up. And of course, this is a Marseille team. This is actually a good team that we face. So let's see what Messi can do against other sides. And hopefully this means that we can finally see a Lionel Messi hat-trick with that beautiful Paris Saint-Germain jersey on. But that was it for the analysis of the 4-3-3 formation, newly implemented formation by manager Christophe Galtier. Let me know in the comments down below if I missed anything with this 4-3-3 formation, and hopefully you have all been informed and understood everything about this 4-3-3 formation and what every Paris Saint-Germain player needs to do. And that was it. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the PSGINT YouTube channel for daily, sometimes even twice a day Paris Saint-Germain content. Stay tuned. Allez Paris!